welcome to the video. It's getting close to Halloween, so I decided to play a game I hadn't played in a while that's kind of horror themed. So, here we go. We're doing some, wow, it's really loud. Is there a way to adjust the volume? But we're doing some Parasite Eve. I've been needing to do a video on this for a while anyway. So, here we go. We gotta turn the volume down on this shit. The volume was way too fucking loud. Now we're past the opening, and we are actually into the game itself now. And this game is actually really well done. And there is crafting in this game where you can get new crafted armors and weapons. And every time you see a telephone like that, it's where you save your game. So you got to keep an eye out for those telephones. For PlayStation, the graphics are really well done for PlayStation. Even though it has those annoying Resident Evil controls, it's not terrible. And yeah, there's stuff happening in the police station, but you don't really get to do a lot of searching out in the police station until later in the game. So there's not really much to do here at this moment. God damn, that's still loud. Cut it down some more. And there are storage crates, which you'll be wanting to use, because you do have a very limited supply of items. So you do want to use the storage. The storage should be this guy right here. And every so often you can return to the police station here and pick up free ammo, which is nice. Well, anyway, you're obviously a detective trying to figure out the whole mystery between the parasite Eve and what the fuck is happening with the mitochondria. God damn it, fucking. First, you want to leave item. You need to get rid of some of this shit you won't be needing anymore, like the cedar key and the rehearsal key. You have no use for that anymore. And I like to store these pluses at the start, because once you get a really good gun, these pluses are a lot more valuable to put on those. But you can beef out your starting gun with some of those if you want to. Yeah, first we're going to store that crap. Then we'll use the storage again before we leave here. Okay, the gun I want to modify. I really don't want to waste it on that. I want to modify this one if I can. I don't want to waste it on any of this shit. Mod kits and shit are kind of rare, so it sucks to waste one. Luckily, you can back out and it doesn't cost you to waste it. I think he gives you a free tool at the start. Yeah, now we wanted to store our equipment that we're not using. Like, we don't need that invest, so we can store it. I'll keep the rifle for now, but we don't need that handgun because we got a better handgun. Okay. We'll store that mod permit for now. Okay, I don't have any junk. Alright. So we're done. Now we can loot these chests. Get us a few more items that we'll be using in the next area. Okay, we want to store that tool for now. I like to have as little in my inventory as possible when I'm going into a new area. Since you have limited inventory space, it's a good idea to limit what you have at this time until you're prepared. Because there's normally a lot of items to find. Anyway, that's about all we can do in the police station for now. Yeah, overall, it's not really that bad of a game. When I was a kid and I first saw this game, I wasn't sure what to make of it, but it's actually a really good one. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Now, it's kind of fucked up as the second Parasite Eve was a little bit different than this game. This game focuses more on being an RPG, but the second Parasite Eve was more of an action game, kind of like Resident Evil, just with RPG aspects. So yeah, a lot more like a Resident Evil. But I kind of like this Parasite Eve first one a little bit better, where it has a lot more of the RPG aspects, kind of like Vagrant Story in a way. God damn it, get out of my drink. Fucking flies. I fucking hate flies. Flies are the most annoying insect in the world. But unfortunately, it's that time of year for flies. Yeah, now we got our first entrance in the museum, which will be a major place later. But first, just in case something happens, we better save it. Just, save often in RPG. They'll save you later. And RPGs, you want to save frequently. So every time you get to a new save area, you definitely want to make sure you use it. Sometimes you have to be in the exact right spot to activate the doors. It can be kind of annoying. But anyway, there's nothing else to do in the police station at this time. There's some lockers and shit, but we can't access a lot of them yet. So we're just gonna move on. Yeah, there is quite a bit of story in between dungeons. But this is the actual world map. It may seem small, but the dungeons get a lot longer, and therefore it is actually a really long game. There are actually 2 CDs, so it's actually fairly long. I'm sure most of it has to do with the amount of story parts, but Final Fantasy VII was the same way because all the cinematics and shit, it took 4 CDs. Final Fantasy VII, I can't remember, was that 4 CDs or 3 CDs? 3. But anyway, yeah, games on the PlayStation that had multiple CDs normally had to be that way because the amount of cinematics they added to the game, which was entertaining to watch, but also slightly annoying. I always hate when you get to the end of a CD and you have to swap CDs because what if there's a scratch or something and it just fucks the whole game up. I always hated that swapping CD shit. But, I was always afraid it wouldn't work. Anyway, now we're at the museum. Now later, this will be a major pain in the ass dungeon. And once again, there's not really much you could do here at this point except talk to the guy. I know I was trying to get Wild Assault to work again, but it's for some reason have incredible lag issues right now. And I tried to do a video on the Wild Assault game yesterday, but the lag and everything was going too bad, so I couldn't continue it for now until I get that shit fixed. I mean, I got it fixed where it's kind of playable, but it still has too much lag to be of any real value, so like I said, it was about time I did another video on Parasite Eve anyway. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, this is a big ass area to explore, but there's nothing we can do with it till later in the game. Too bad, because there's badass equipment in the museum. Well, it's all in-game quality. Goddamn flies, leave my drink alone. Fucking flies. Let one fly in, they'll ruin your day. I want to Aya's flashbacks. Aya's the main character in every single Parasite Eve, even the third one called Third Birthday, which is kind of interesting. I do like not only RPG but games that always follow one main character. They're always interesting to me that way because it, kind of lets the in-game character from a game you like have a second story. As long as they don't fuck it up like they did with Metroid Other M. But anyway, I always enjoy game series that follow one main character. Yeah, that's where I explained all about mitochondria. The captain, or Daniel in this game, kind of reminds me of Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Just with some of the shit he says. And too bad you don't get a team member because he would probably be an interesting team member to have. But it is a solo game, just like Vagrant Story. Yeah, even the background animations, like him speeding through the city, are actually pretty good. No, this was a great. This was actually a really great game on the PlayStation. I wish I would have played it sooner than I actually ended up playing it. But we're about to actually get back to the game. We're almost done with all these interval story parts. It's about to be back into the game. Yeah, the locker room is a place we'll be getting some decent gear later. And even though you really don't have to, I like to conserve ammo at the start. Can't remember. The emergency conference room is upstairs, right? Yeah, that's upstairs. It's been a while, so I gotta remember where everything in the police station is. But the conference room is upstairs, so we need to go. So we need to go there first. First, we gotta talk to him again. All right. It's not this door. It's upstairs. I remember. This door. Oh, this is the emergency. Never mind. I was thinking of the next area when we have to do the police station's dungeon area. Yeah, we don't go upstairs yet. I got a free mod permit. But I think we have enough space where we don't need to store it. So we're not going to waste time storing that mod permit. We're just going to keep on going. Because we pretty much cleaned our inventory out already. So we should be ready for the next dungeon. We should have plenty of item storage. So after all this, we're finally ready to go to the next dungeon, which is the park. It's actually a pretty big area. I really hate flies. I really do. They're annoying, they shit on everything, and they always end up going towards your drink. It's fucked up. Now we have access to the next area. For some reason, I thought there was something in the trunk of the car, but that's at another point, I believe. Into the game. Now, I have the gun equipped right now, but I may switch to the club. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The next dungeon, finally, after all that waiting. Cure poison. That's nice. Now, I've already mentioned that the music in this game is also really good. So, yeah, the music in this game is also incredibly good. Now, you gotta look really close at your surroundings, because it is really easy to miss some items. Sorry, I was getting distracted by my phone. Well, I gained a level for that. And see, the gun is useful against the snakes because they can poison you. So attacking them from a distance is actually quite nice. But yeah, depending on the enemies you're fighting, you're better off using the gun. But some enemies you're actually really good using the club on, which is why I prefer to use the club as possible. But yeah, like I said, search everything because you never know where treasures will be hidden. This is where we find another good gun. And we can see if it's better than what we have. It holds more bullets, but the range is shorter. Fuck it, we'll equip it. Having more bullets will be more useful on the bosses because you won't have to reload as much. And we should have plenty of ammo for now since we conserved our ammo in the first dungeon. Since we conserved our ammo at the start, we should have plenty of ammo for this place. God damn it, that's the way I'm supposed to go. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell where you're supposed to go. But nah, I remember where to go now. I mean, we could go back through the park area, but I think we're supposed to go this way. No? I guess we are supposed to go in the zoo. Yeah, see, sometimes it's hard to tell where you're supposed to go. But yeah, we're supposed to go this way. Fucking bats. Ah! And certain enemies have weak spots, like these birds apparently need to shoot in the face. Where if you attack them from behind, they take reduced damage. But yeah, if you collect junk, you could trade the junk for money. Which is interesting. But we're going to use one of these medicines. We were missing some health, and we want to clear up some space. So we'll go ahead and use one of those medicines for now. Yeah, we need to search this off. Go in there. We need to search this place to get what we need from here. Hey, that vest. Is it better than what we have? Oh yeah, shitload better. So we got new armor. And I can't get back there, but there's a save right there if we need to save it. Well, that just gave us some new armor. Can't complain about that. Enemies. Yeah, these fuckers are a pain in the ass at the start. too far away. And these boomerang armed bastards. I'm about to switch to my club because I am starting to run a bit low on bullets. I thought I had enough bullets saved up. I only got 39 bullets. I need to save them for the boss. So yeah. I'm probably about to switch to my club for now. Just because we're going to check down here, see if we missed anything, which we did. Ah, nice. We need the ammo. Right, another thing we're going to do is going to go ahead and heal with PE this time. Actually, we're going to have to switch to the gun for this one. Because those things are tough. And we'll kick our ass without the gun. I may have actually fucked up. Now we were waiting just so he could cast heal again. That way you get some free health back. But that didn't work because I'm poisoned now. So that didn't help me at all. That was actually quite a bit of a waste. But we want to search all this out. Okay, that's just back where we were. Alright. Yeah, depending on how you progress through the area, sometimes you can avoid the fights. I don't think we could go in this building. I think we're supposed to go... Yeah, I don't think we could go in this building yet. So we need to go this way. Try to avoid the fight. Yeah, we need to actually go this way. And there's a chest here. Which we're getting pretty lucky on the ammo, so can't complain about that. Get off me, boomerang guy. You want to try to use your PE as much as possible to heal. Because it is almost like getting free heals for the most part. Because your PE regenerates over time. I just got detox. So yeah, your PE magic restores over time. So it's nice to use that a lot to get free healing. But you also sometimes want to conserve as much PE as you can because it will become necessary on some bosses to make sure you have some PE. This is bad. Yeah, you want to stay away from those snakes. Yeah, those poisoning snake assholes. Now, we got a shitload of junk, so we're going to have to start throwing junk away. But yeah, we'll be going back to that door in a minute, but I think there's something over here first. Oh, more enemies. Hey, you want to try to give yourself room to dodge, because dodging the enemies is a very helpful way to get less damage. But anyway, that was worth it because we just got a shitload of ammo. Yeah, I figured there was some treasure over here. Yeah, get rid of that junk. Yeah, that was worth it. We got some ammo and some medicine too, which will be helpful on the boss. Alright, so yeah, we need a key to go through that gate. Yeah, we need the key to go through that gate. Which I'm assuming is... Well, we gotta do this fight again. But yeah, what we're trying to do in this place is we're trying to get to the cedar. Yeah, what we're trying to do here is get to the cedar in the park, but we need a key. Now, we've been mostly heading a single direction, but it's about time we start heading the other way, because the other way is probably where we locate the key at. Well, yeah, we need to start heading this way, and we're probably going to get in a fight right here. Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, these birds can be very annoying. Yeah, those birds can be very annoying. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, we need to get through this. Okay, we don't have the key for that yet either. So we need to get the main park key before we can do any of this. Oh well, that's fine. We need to be heading this way anyway. Once again, we can search this up here if we want to. Because once again, there's a save here. And even though we searched this area, all we found was the armor. We didn't find a key. So let me be very careful and double search all this. But yeah, there's nothing there. So now we're going to head the other way, which is probably the first way we should have gone. But god damn it. Somewhere we missed the key. Oh no, they're probably going to need to equip the club for a bit. But nah. The key has to be there. The key has to be here. It's gotta be. Every time I get stuck on a game, it's always something obvious that I'm missing. There we go. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Well, let's save it before I do something else stupid. So let's go ahead and save it. I knew the fucking key had to be there. That's the only... Trying to get to the save. Ridiculous angles will sometimes make you zone into a different screen. But yeah, I knew the key had to be there. That's the only place it could have been. So yeah, every time I get stuck on a game, it's normally because I overlooked something quite obvious like I was doing there, because the key was staring me right in the face. I was just overlooking it, because that's what I do. I overlook the obvious and then I start acting like, what the fuck did I do wrong? Anyway, now we got the key. Pui. I knew it had to be something obvious, because it's always something obvious when I get stuck. Probably going to end up in another fight. I'm trying to avoid that, but it's probably going to trigger. Nope, didn't. There. Now we can get the treasures in this area. Now, the best thing about the club is really fast. It's not very strong, but it's fast and it saves you ammo. So the club is actually not a bad weapon. Because if you use it right, it's fast and it saves you on ammo. Okay, we're going to exchange some junk for medicine 2. Then we're going to use an item. Alright. Cure poison. We got plenty of those. We may have to start discarding those. Yeah, defense plus 2 power up. We really need that. That defense power up will be very useful later. Yeah, that's the only reason to go through there is for the treasure. And now we can go back to that gate that we were at. That I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Alright, now we can go back to that gate. Yeah, now we can go back to that gate because we have the key. Yeah, now we're in the next area. I thought I could search this body, but I can't, and he's blocking that pass, so that'll be a pass we take later. Now, before we enter this theater, I'm going to re-equip the gun. How much ammo do I have left? Nah, I need to save the ammo for the boss. I need to save the ammo for the boss. Oh yeah, there are 3 entrances to the theater. I think 2 of them lead to treasure. I guess I entered the main one. Here we go. Another disgusting Halloween style theme. I guess all of them lead to the same area. I gotta get backstage. Oh yeah, follow the little girl. I forgot. This is where she starts seeing her, I guess, spirit self. But yeah, I don't want to waste any ammo on Eve because I need to save it for the real boss. And once again, is there any treasure here? Because even in areas like this, you want to search for treasure because you never know where treasures are. Some of them are very hard to find. I may have already missed some, but I know where to go next. I just want to make sure I got everything I could first. Alright, there's nothing there. So, now we're going to chase down Eve again. Yep, we're going where that body was blocking the pass earlier. Alright, yeah, and there's something up here. God damn it, where was it? Yeah, it's right there in the corner. Okay, good. We need ammo. Anything else up there? Doesn't look like it. So we know which way the girl went. But we need to search the other way for treasure. Because like I said, you never know when you're going to need to find treasure. And it's always a good idea to search every direction just in case. So let's see where this takes us. The treasure chest, good. Okay, free tool. It would have sucked to miss that. So yeah, we got a free tool. Before we go down that way, we don't want to get too lost on where we're supposed to be. So we need to go this way, make sure we didn't miss anything. Which we almost did. Okay, now we did that. We got some more ammo. Use that medicine one. Alright. Okay, now we should be able to go the correct way. Which we were pretty much already doing before I backtracked to get that defense +1, which will be useful later. So yeah, now we can go the correct way. Yeah. Now, if you don't know your way around this part, you need to follow the ghost girl. But, yeah, there's a boss coming up ahead that we need to be prepared for. You can see how annoying those birds can be when they gang up on you. But you see how quick the club is on your bar, so it's actually, even though it's weak, it's actually very effective. Because you saw how quick it is on your bar to charge the club. Too bad those crows don't drop ammo. Well, yeah, you can see how those crows could be a pain in the ass. But anyway, now we gotta cross this bridge. Like I said, we're trying to save all the ammo we have for the boss, which we should be coming to very soon. There we go. Now we got enough ammo. Now we got enough ammo. Alright, we should be ready now for the boss. So let's equip that gun again. We should have more than enough ammo saved up now. Fuck. Fuck. Ah, there's three of these fucks. God damn it. Okay, now the boss should be right up ahead. And if you do miss something, you can always return to these areas later. But yeah, there's a phone right here. And the boss, god damn it, the boss should be right up ahead after this phone. Making me waste more ammo. But like I said, we should have plenty of ammo. So once again, you want to save progress. That way if something goes wrong, at least we have some progress saved. And the boss should be right up ahead. Yep, here's the boss. Yeah, this boss is kind of dangerous because you gotta worry about the spikes they shoot. And they have a lot of health. So yeah, this boss you gotta be careful on because those spikes they throw. What? Oh yeah, you gotta be very careful on this boss. But if you got heal 2, this boss ain't that tough. God damn it. Fuck, I ran into that one. Okay, I'm fucking up on this guy. Damn it. Ah, it's too close. Ah. I'm out of ammo. I didn't have enough ammo. I didn't have enough ammo, but don't worry, I could collect ammo later. The important thing is we could beat this boss. But yeah, you saw when there was one left, he has a completely different way of attacking. But that boss is worth a shitload of XP, and you'll get the barrier skill if you're that level from defeating him. Plus all this nice shit. And yeah, that boss is a major pain in the ass. But, we'll go ahead and use some of these medicine ones. I'm out of all medicine. But if I remember correctly, there shouldn't be any more bosses here. That should have been the only boss. So we should be alright. As long as we're not stupid, we should be alright. Because I think that was the only boss in this place. Oh no, the carriage ride! Well, that's bad. I'm out of healing items and that carriage ride. I forgot about that fucking carriage ride. Oh. We need to go back and save it first. I forgot about that fucking carriage ride part. There is one more boss. We gotta fight Eve herself in the carriage. Yeah, so after all that bullshit, just in case something goes horribly wrong, we gotta save it because the carriage ride part I forgot about that. And I have no ammo. I don't think I have any ammo left. I got 15 bullets. So we might as well just use the club and try to kill her with the club. But yeah, I forgot about this carriage ride part. So we're going to do the carriage ride part. I'm horribly wounded, but... But yeah, I forgot about this part. I have only 15 rounds, and I am weak as heck. So I'm in bad shape for this. What? Fuck. Fuck. That goddamn carriage ride. See, that's why you save often for shit like that. If I only had one more heal item, which I did not have. And yeah, there's a tutorial to this game if you really want to learn the shit that way. Well, you know what would be easier is if I just fought a regular enemy fight to build my health back up and probably farm some bullets. Because I can do that so I can build up my PE and fucking health a bit. So if I could get into a basic fight, to build up my PE energy, and there's some treasure I missed. Because I got to double back after all. I'll go ahead and use another defense +1. Ooh. Definitely want to save that PE defense. But anyway, all I need to do is get in a regular fight to get my HP and PE built up. And then I'll be ready for that carriage fight because we almost won starting off this week. But yeah. I just need to get my PE and HP built back up. Yeah, that way I can get some ammo. I can get some ammo and get my fucking PE ability heal back up. So yeah, that's a trick you can do sometimes if you're low on healing items, is just get into a fight, especially if you know it's a fight you can handle, and you can use that to build your health and shit back up. I know it's annoying, but it may be annoying, but it's definitely helpful. There. Now we got some ammo, we got some health, and we start with some PE energy. So yeah, now we should be able to do the carriage fight without any trouble, because now we start with some PE energy and we start with health. Alright, so now we should be good. So let's try it again. So now we should be okay. So now we are going on the carriage ride, and this time, let's hope we'll win, because we are not severely weak. So get the flaming horseman again. And once again, the club is not a bad weapon to use on this fight. So it's not detrimental if you're out of ammo. But you do want to start with good health. Ah, I already fucked up. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. Another flashback. Yeah, it does suck that he lost his wife in that combat. But there's always tragic history. Yeah. The cinematics are really well done, just like Final Fantasy VII. PlayStation was good at that. I'm sorry, I'm not able to look at chat, so if anybody's talking in chat, I greatly apologize. Got more via his memories. Hospitals and horror games are never good. Tweet. And that's going to be where I'm going to have to end this tonight. I apologize, but I am out of time. But if you like my videos, please follow and subscribe, and hopefully you'll have a good time with the weekend coming up. But unfortunately, that's where my time ends tonight. So I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the upcoming weekend. Also follow and subscribe yet again. And I'll see you in the next video. So hopefully y'all have a good night and see you next time. I apologize.